Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyatam Tojayapatire. Nasya Prayasya Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloki Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Okay. TV नहीं लगा ना 4:3:17 हाँ यार मोबाइल में दिख रहा है दैट्स ओके विद्या तपो वित्त वपुर्वया कुलय सताम गुणै षद्भिर असत्यमेतरै स्मृतौ हतायां भृतमान दुर्दश्यः शब्दा न पश्यन्ति हि धाम भूयसाम् विद्या तपो वित्त वपुर्वयो कुलै सतां गुणै षद्भिर असत्यमेतरै स्मृतौ हतायां भृतमान दुर्दशः स्तब्धा न पश्यन्ति हि धाम भूयसाम् Yes, chant. Vidya tapo vitta vapurvaya kulai satam gunai shadvir asattametarai smritau hatayam mritamana durdarshaha sabdhana pashyanti hi dhama bhuyasam. Vidya, education, tapaha, austerity, vitta, wealth, vapuhu, beauty of the body, etc. Vayaha, youth, kulai, with heritage, satam, of the pious, gunai, by such qualities, shadvihi, 6, asattama itarai, having the opposite result to those who are not great souls. Smritau, good sense, hatayam, being lost, bhritamana durdarshaha, blind due to pride, stabdataha, being proud, no, not, pashyanti, see, he, for, dhama, the glorious, bhuyasam, of the great souls. All the 6 qualities, education, austerity, wealth, beauty, youth and heritage are for the highly elevated. One who is proud of possessing them becomes blind and thus he loses his good sense and cannot appreciate the glories of great personalities. All those 6 qualities, education, austerity, wealth, beauty, youth and heritage are for the highly elevated. One who is proud of possessing them becomes blind and thus he loses his good sense and cannot appreciate the glories of the great personalities. Yes, Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. It may be argued that Daksha was very learned, wealthy and austere and had descended from a very exalted heritage. How could he be unnecessarily angry towards another? The answer is that when the qualities of good education, good parentage, beauty, and sufficient wealth are misplaced in a person who is puffed up by all these possessions, they produce a very bad result. Milk is a very nice food, but when milk is touched by an envious serpent, it becomes poisonous. Similarly, material assets such as education, wealth, beauty, and good parentage are undoubtedly nice. But when they decorate persons of a malicious nature, then they act adversely. Another example given by Chanakya Pandita is that a serpent that has a jewel on his head is still fearful because it is a serpent. A serpent by nature is envious of other living entities, even though they be faultless. When a serpent bites another creature, it is not necessarily because the other creature is at fault. It is the habit of the serpent to bite innocent creatures. Similarly, although Daksha was qualified by many material assets because he was envious, all those qualities were polluted. It is therefore sometimes detrimental for a person advancing in spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness to possess such material assets. Kunti Devi, while offering prayers to Krishna, addressed him as Achana Gochara, one who is easily approached by those who are bereft of all material acquisitions. Material exhaustion is an advantage for advancement in Krishna consciousness, although if one is conscious of his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can utilize one's material assets such as great learning and beauty and exalted ancestry for the service of the Lord. Then such assets become glorious. In other words, unless one is Krishna conscious, all his material possessions are zero. But when the zero is by the side of the Supreme One, it at once increases in value to 10. Unless situated by the side of the Supreme One, zero is always a zero. One may add 100 zeros, but the value will still remain zero. Unless one's material assets are used in Krishna consciousness, they may play havoc and degrade the possessor. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumalitam Yena Tasmai Shingurubhe Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashate Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vidyatapo Vittava Purvaya Kulai Satam Gunai Shadvira Sattamhitare Smritau Hataya Amritamana Durdashaha Sabdana Pashyanti Hidama Bhuyasam. All the six qualities, education, austerity, wealth, beauty, youth, and heritage, are the highly elevated. One who is proud of possessing them becomes blind and thus loses his good sense and cannot appreciate the glories of the great personalities. Very nice, some deep analysis here. My audio is okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Perfect.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Fine. Now, the question can be raised that the personality like Daksha, he's so handsome. He was so effulgent, when we entered the assembly, people thought Surya has come inside. Young, still not, he's young, bright, highly educated. He's not an ordinary personality. He is the chief of the Prajapatis, Mukhya Prajapati Daksha. Brahma made him the chief among the Prajapatis. So where you think there is missing? And in spite of all this, he is called a serpent. So now just analyzing and keeping in the heart the whole analysis. That Daksha, in spite of all these things, Why did he make mistake in analyzing Lord Shiva? The first thing is that everybody should do the job he has been given to do. There is no need for Daksha to analyze Shiva. Has anybody given him that service? See, finding fault is a very dangerous service. But Guru has to take that. Suppose the teacher, I remember once I was teaching in a college. And just to encourage students, I gave everybody 100 marks. My class used to be some Indian philosophy, human values, and try to teach some Krishna consciousness. So then, what did I do? So what did I do? So I gave. So the teacher, I was just chatting with the teacher. He said, see, you gave 100 to everybody. But now they don't know they have to improve. Okay, you could have kept at least say 90, 95. At least they know they have to improve. If you give 100, they think I'm perfect. He does not understand he needs to improve. So teacher, as a teacher, I have to find a fault at that moment. You understand? If you're a teacher, you have to be realistic. Okay? And if Daksha is your student, you have to understand Daksha, for whatever purpose, and we analyze. First thing was the Daksha, he made a wrong analysis. Whenever we get angry and we shout, like Daksha got angry and started shouting, speed 15. So Daksha is making analysis and is shouting. Though our analysis was a mistake, because it is very dangerous to analyze a great Acharya like Lord Shiva. You are not supposed. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has done it, but that's coming in a Guru Parampara. That's just another thing. But we are not. We are just ordinary chotas. So there is no. So he should not have done it. Who? Daksha should not have done it. He's much higher authority to him. He's one of the three murtis, the three top directors of the universe. Daksha is big, but that is not what he's supposed to do. And in analyzing the situation, he made tremendous mistake because he went just by the externals. Correct? Like what kind of tilak somebody wears, what kind of dress somebody wears, how many shlokas he knows. Like we have Gaur Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj was a guru of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. And who is Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada? A living encyclopedia. Son of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, a scholar that people were scared to debate with him. He used to catch Mayavadis and challenge them on the street. Therefore, he is called Simha Guru. Some of you are coming to Mayapur will see the Gaudiya Mutt's remnants are still remaining. Simha Guru. Because they were scared of it. Why you are misleading innocent public? He used to challenge them. If he is walking on the street like this, they will on the other side walk and run away. They cannot face him. That's why it is called Simha Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, and extremely learned. Therefore, his name was Bhakti Saraswati because of his immense learning. When he was young, he had worked on astrology or Surya Siddhanta. Then he gave it up and he started preaching Krishna consciousness. But his scholarly, the brain is so sharp, so sharp. And his guru could not even write his name. So somebody asked him, you are the ones traveling all around the world and preaching. What is your guru doing? Just sitting in a place and chanting. So he said, he is a powerhouse and I am a bulb. So he's not artificially saying, that's a fact. Now, if externally we analyze the situation, What do we generally, somebody is not educated, we really do not respect him much. We feel, oh yeah, it's not very big deal. He is not educated. So we may feel in a wrong way. You understand? You appreciate? You mean. So Daksha made only an external analysis of Lordship. Oh, he's, what is this? Covered by ash. Hey, doesn't know even how to dress himself. Correct? If you do not know who is Lord Shiva, suppose, we are all being protected by Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada taught us, Vaishnavanam yatha sambhu, is the topmost Vaishnava. But generally, it's not like that. If you have not known Lord Shiva, suppose normal society, and Brahmin who take bath 3 times in a day, clean, like that, they say, hey, Nata nahi kya? He kya hai? Oh, wearing the skulls of a dead person on his head. He kya hai? That's what happened to Daksha. But did anybody give him the service to analyze Lord Shiva? No. So therefore, we have to train our mind not to go everywhere. That is the mistake. See, we are imitating Lord Vishnu in everything, including assessing everybody. Vishnu sits in the heart of everybody and he assesses. You do your job. Nobody given you the service. Just like Chitraketu, when Mother Parvati is sitting on his lap, Chitraketu, he's laughing. Who given him the service? That's what Mother Parvati says. Who has given you the service, my dear son, to analyze a personality as exalted as Lord Shiva? Therefore, she cursed him. Now, my dear son, now become a demon for your purification. Okay? So, who has given the service? Nobody. Vaishnava Kriya Mudra is not to be analyzed by everybody. Unless that person is your student, disciple, some way connected to you, you can analyze and then you can. And just like I give a very good example of a thermometer. Now, who has a right to put thermometer in somebody's mouth? Only doctor. And then not only you think you're a doctor, the patient should recognize you as his doctor whom he is going to follow. Now, is the, Lord Shiva the student of Daksha? The Daksha may feel like that because his son-in-law, hey, mera, damad tha, main bola. He may feel like that. But it is possible. The damad is much bigger than you. Correct? So he's just going back external, Brahma told me to get my daughter married to him, Sati, such a beautiful, nice daughter. I didn't really want to give her to him. I had to give it to him. And he could never understand and appreciate Lord Shiva because of the externals. That is one part. Second part is that Daksha is very proud of, today the meditation of the shloka is not on this, then is on the Janmashwarya Shuta Shivi Edaman Madha Puman. Queen Kunti says if these things, Janmashwarya, yes, Krishna. What is the shloka? Na ev arti avidhatum vai kamakenjana gojaraha. Janma. So these 4 things, if they become an intoxication, you should not have it, but if you have these things and these things become an intoxication, then there is going to be trouble. Na ev arti abhidhatum vai tvam akinchana gocharaha. You are a property of somebody who does not possess anything. Now, this possess anything also Prabhupada explains is very different. It's not that if you want, in one sense, materially exhausted people can come to Krishna consciousness easily. That is one of the benefit Prabhupada said the hippies had. He had made large followers in the hippie. He said these people are actually frustrated. They had broken all the laws of civility. Like animals, they were living on the street with girls. Animals having relation, taking drugs, drinking. With all the negative thing it has, they're materially exhausted. Now, this is a nice sign. They have no money, they have no position, they have no power, and sense gratification, they're exhausted, fed up. So Prabhupada said that became a nice platform for them to begin spiritual life. Correct? And actually, you see, that is how the material nature is anyway dealing with us. Now, if somebody wants to fly, we get, become a next life, a body of a bird. Then you get fed up of that bird, fly. Just like somebody was telling me, I want to work on the aircraft cabin crew. Yeah, work. But after some time, like a bird flying, enough now, no more. Become materially exhausted. Janma Sharya Shuta Shivi. So that otherwise, this Janma Sharya Shuta Shi, if somebody has this, and with the sense of some accomplishment, you think that I got some great birth, it causes you any satisfaction, then why do you need Krishna? Then you don't need Krishna. Correct? You follow this argument? If you are totally satisfied and happy by having a great birth, a great wealth, then how we will get Krishna? That is one part. Second part is that analyzing great personalities is on a spiritual platform, not material platform. But analyzing, say, you are reading Prabhupada books, take an example, every day you read, and hopefully, when you're reading these books, you're finding pleasure in that. It's not easy. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punyakarmanaha tedvandamoha nirmuktam bhajante mama dhridavrataha. Because somebody may say, because he may extend an argument, but if you put little ghee on fire, the fire will increase. If you put too much ghee, the fire will get extinguished. Heard that? So I will do uncontrolled sinful activity, then I'll get fed up of it. Then after that, I will begin spiritual life. See, the point is, two shlokas are now going parallelly. There is another argument to say, Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punyakarmanaha te dvandamo nirmuktam bhajante mam dhridavrata. Yesham tu antagatam. Unless you have stopped sinful activity, you will not be able to taste Krishna consciousness. Bhogaishwarya prashaktanam taya aprahita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhav na vidiyate. Unless bhoga and aishwarya has been taken out of the heart, aspirations, we will not be able to fix ourselves in service to Krishna. So please do not make an exception. We do not have an order from the Acharya for these kind of tricks to advance in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada's order is to stop all sinful activities and not do this kind of analysis. Maybe I must be exhausted. That will be done. Suppose somebody still maintains strong material desires and practice a Krishna consciousness, then next life he becomes a monkey. Like in Vrindavan, they become monkeys. Because the strong desire was there. A monkey means at least he has 12 girlfriends. Har ped mein ek, and he keeps jumping. Like that life he lead, the next life, because you're practicing Krishna consciousness, so Krishna has to give that also. But at the same time, your mentality is like a monkey, so what to do? So birth in Vrindavan, in a holy atmosphere, everywhere kirtan is going on and you're roaming like a monkey. So you want to take birth like a monkey? Yeah? So don't play around with these rules. Please, no, do not. How do you do that? Stay in association with devotees. Don't stay alone. Maya is very dangerous. You cannot handle Maya alone, particularly in Kali Yuga. We are weak. We easily slip. So therefore, stay around with devotees. Protect yourself. So now, Janma Shuta Shivi is actually dangerous in the sense that they can lead to intoxication. Therefore, generally in the Vedic culture, Brahmanas used to stay as a pauper. And even to this day, people appreciate that. They see ISKCON Swamis. The problem is that we have good mobiles, we have good, so many facilities, good laptop. When I go to college, you open the laptop, oh, Apple. And they see mobile, they see camera, they say, oh, where these people are simple, they are all living in luxuries. Now here comes a hairline difference. Number one is that entitlement. We should never feel I am something special to be entitled to all these facilities. Devotees should be very happy even to live without all this, peacefully reading and chanting Hare Krishna. That is important. Just for the service, just like you see Srila Prabhupada is in Vrindavan, our hero, Srila Prabhupada. He had nothing. He did not even have enough sets of clothes to wear. Practically nothing. No money. And this went on for not for 1 or 2 years. After sannyas, 55 to 70 for 15 long years. But he's so blissful, he's so happy. So Krishna will test you. See, life, possessions will come, possessions will go. We should not become depressed because of that. The Goswamis, just like we say that they used to embrace poverty, the Goswamis came to Vrindavan, they were billionaires. Raghunath Das Goswami was a billionaire. Rupa Sanatana were also ministers, they were also billionaires. Even by today's standard, imagine how rich. They came to Vrindavan and they are sitting below a tree. They don't have any possession. Even a tree, they will not use the same tree every day. True. They are in Vrindavan. The trees are behaving like Kalpatoro, Mancha Kalpatoro, Anna? Because Vrindavan is, what is that? Venum Kanam Tamaravinda Dalaya Taksham. Previous one. Chintamani Pragarasadmashu Kalpa Vriksha. Anyway. So, the exalted Goswami, they were only sitting below one tree for one day and another tree another day. Because they don't want to even get attached to the tree. No possessions except one kopin and one langot. That's all in their possession. And they were the love of Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Radharani? Their heart were overflowing with the waves and ripples in the whirlwind of the love of Krishna. They were absorbed in that. They didn't even notice that they are not having money now. Can you imagine that consciousness? Therefore, they are our heroes. You cannot imitate that when you hear Goswami's day. I remember when I joined ISKCON, I read and heard about the Guru and the Goswami. My heart used to stomach suck. So great. So great. And we are so fortunate to come in the Sampradaya, the Parampara from the Goswamis to get the privilege. So Goswamis were like having exalted positions. For the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they went to Vrindavan. What did they do there? Number one, they developed the Vrindavan again. We are planning your Vrindavan trip also. They developed the Vrindavan again. And secondly, they established a Krishna conscious message given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the Shastra. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipano Sadharma Samsavakau. They established the teachings of the Goswamis. The Goswamis established the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the Shastra. Therefore, you read Nectar of Devotion, you see 64 qualities of Krishna. For each quality, they give an example from the Shastra. For everything, they keep quoting. Symptoms of pure devotion service, quoting. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipano. You can see that actually when you read the Prabhupada. So this is an opportunity so they did not get disturbed and they kept a very humble, simple life. So generally that used to be the trend. But you cannot say at the same time a devotee is rich and cannot be devotee. But that has come into society so much. When they see ISKCON temples, we are trying to make it very beautiful now. Now we are going to decorate the temple hall, looking for the best things everywhere. I want to go to Ludhiana, one ISKCON temple was recently just opened a few days ago. I want to go to see the Kharghar one in more detail, to go to Patna, see that temple also. So if you see any good temple, anything, please take photographs and send me. Let us decorate this temple in a way and as the capacity Krishna gives. So very, very pleasing to the Lord. So, yeah, so you cannot say because the temple is opulent, there is no Krishna there. You cannot say like that. Can you say like that? You cannot say that. How can you say that? Just because it is opulent, there is no Krishna. Can you say that? You cannot say like that. How can you say like that? Ambarish Maharaj was very opulent and he was a great devotee. Savai manah Krishna padara vindayo vachansi vaikunta gunanu varnane karor harer mandir marjana Shatim Chakara Achyuta Satakathodaye. Because it's beautiful. Even Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he became the emperor, he was still very humbly going to meet Lord Krishna. He was not showing any symptoms of pride or anything, just as become the emperor. He was going to meet Bhishma. Bhagavatam says he went very humbly. Just because he did not have possession, did he become a greater devotee and he had possession, became a great devotee? No. That is for the person who is attached. If somebody is too attached, that's very dangerous. Too material opulence or some facility, and you want to be Krishna conscious, but you have material pride and attachment on certain thing, Krishna will break it. But in case you are using it for service to Krishna, then Prabhupada says it becomes 0 and add 1. It becomes million, billion. Okay, so we have to understand this subject from all angles. Prabhupada said something very beautiful once. He said that America is such a rich and powerful country today. He noticed this not now. This is noticed in 1960s. Today they say multipolar world is slowly appearing. It's not going to be only America, India and China are going to be also equally very powerful. But okay, at least 1960s. And Prabhupada used to say that, see, you become rich by the grace of the Lord. Prabhupada did notice there are a lot of churches in the country. He said, by the grace of the Lord you have become rich. But today, you say there is no God. That is called Punar Mushiko Bhava. There was once a rat, he went to a sage and he said, my dear sage, cat is disturbing me. He said, okay, become a cat. And then he said, no, dog is disturbing me. Okay, become a dog. No, tiger is disturbing, no, become a tiger. Then when you get a tiger, you're looking at the sage with the intention of eating him. So what the sage said, Punar Mushiku Bhava. Again become a mouse. So similarly, Prabhupada says, you America are a rich country, but see, any day you will again become a mouse. Be careful, be careful. If you deny God the way you are doing now, very soon it will be that the country will again come down to dogs. So many civilizations have crashed. So many countries have crashed. What's the condition now? Now we're seeing Ukraine. The whole country is war. So much difficulties with Palestine. You think always it was like that? No. Suddenly things change. Karma gets accumulated and suddenly it bursts. And then so much pain, so much suffering. Okay, so it's not that. So very nice analysis. What is the analysis? That the analysis is that we should not say that just because somebody is rich, he cannot be devotee. No, he can be. And not only that, with his wealth, he can become 100, 1,000, million, billion. Just like anybody when he becomes rich. Prabhupada used to say previously, is talking about again olden days. Any person in any rich used to become rich. Prabhupada said, he was in the medical business as a grihastha. So there's one person used to supply him, bottles, just a small bottle of medicine. And business exploded. So much so he became a billionaire. And one day Prabhupada said, what do you do now? Now become a rich man. Masjid banana hai. He was a Muslim. I'll make one masjid. So generally that is a trend, correct? In our Bangalore area, if somebody become rich, he will organize one Yakshagana. That's something people do previously. But today people become rich, and I'll go to France and I will have my breakfast there. People today just throw money, something silly. Previously, people become rich, they used to construct a temple, church or a mosque. People are more religious. Today it's not true. People have ways of wasting that acquired wealth into sinful activities. So, not do that. So that becomes 0. But if you can put 1, become 100, 10, 100, 1,000, million, billion. So it's not easy. Actually, it's not even easy. Unless you have the grace of the Lord, we cannot convert our Janma Sharya Shuta Shi for the service of the Lord. We cannot. unless there is a grace of the Lord, it remains only zero. Only by a mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we develop faith. Prabhupada, I want to serve you. And then in the service to Prabhupada, we make these things into value. Because Prabhupada brought Krishna to our life, so whatever we have, Janma Sharya Shuta Shri, use it now to expand the mission of Krishna consciousness. Okay, thank you. So I think that's proceeding from what the purport says. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Everything is fine? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Prabhuji, fine,
Hare Krishna
everything.
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare
Prabhuji, thank you.
Prabhuji, Dandavat
Pranam.
Hare Krishna
Pranam,
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much Prabhuji, Dandavat
When we
Pranam.
are reaching Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.